Good morning and welcome. How are you all this lovely morning? It is I, your favorite tabletop role-playing game commentator. Commentator. It is my birthday. Well, tomorrow. It is Steve's birthday all this week. And it is day one of Gen Con. But more importantly, for those of us who have been waiting for this information, 6 o'clock in the morning, we had the call for us shareholders like myself. Suck it. Q2 earnings are in, and they are down. They're not as down as I thought they were going to be, that they are down. Did the OGL nonsense and the crashing of D&D Beyond affect them? Yes, but not as much as we had kind of hoped. So, what does this mean for the Sword of Damocles that is hanging over Wizards of the Coast's head? Did it make the amount of money it was supposed to make this year as it goes into the countdown, the 2023 through 2027 countdown for what Wizards is expected from Hasbro? We have the numbers, we have the expectations, we have some news regarding the fate of their entertainment division. This is going to be a lot of numbers, so if that's boring, here's Steve. Okay. So there's really a lot of numbers. So if this is not something that you're really interested in, I understand. But for those of us who are, watching the D&D never-ending soap opera, this is important. And if you're a shareholder like myself, this is important. And if you are a fan of Hasbro toy lines, this is important. All right. I'll give you a second to sign off if this is something you're completely not interested in before we get into all this numbers and math and crap. It's my birthday. You gotta send me presents. Ready? Here we go. Q2 2023 earnings, 6 o'clock in the morning. Bam! Number one, Hasbro stock down $34 from where it was this point last year, but up $1 from yesterday. Number one, they sold their entertainment thing. E1 Film was sold to Lionsgate for approximately $500 million. Well, actually, it's approximately for $375 million, and the assumption of production and financing loans. Purchases includes a whole bunch of Hasbro employees losing their jobs, i.e., team of talented employees, 6,500 access content library, 80% of which is apparently the Saw movies. Did you know Hasbro did the Saw movies? Active production of non-Hasbro-owned IPs will continue. The Rookie, Yellow Jackets, which has won tons of awards, Naked and Afraid. It will allow them access to the Canadian film and TV operations and an E1 unscripted businesses. Expects to close deal by year of 2023. So Lionsgate is now the owner of E1 and the 6,500 asset content that E1 did, of which I guess the Saw movies. Who knew Hasbro did Saw? Second quarter highlights: net revenue down 10%. Operating profit down 100%. They made $189 million expected. They only made $137 million actual. So down 100%, down 43% from this time last year. Net earnings at a loss. Expected $235 million, actual $68 million, down 58%. Earnings loss expected $1.69 a share, actual 49 cents a share. That's a down. EBITDA, I don't know what that means. Expected $128 million, actual $199 million, a drop of 36%. Second quarter revenue, operating profit, inventory reductions, and cost saving initiatives at or ahead of plan. Inventory reduction, that should be important for you to remember for going on. Announced sale of the E1 film and TV business. Compelling innovation of Magic the Gathering Universe Beyond, Lord of the Rings, Tales of the Middle-earth. If you were wondering what the fate of that card is, the big super duper ultra rare card that was priced at $6 million sold for $2 million. So between the time the guy got it evaluated and the time he sold it, it dropped $4 million in estimated value. Post Malone bought it. Post fucking Malone bought the one-of-a-kind Lord of the Rings card for $2 million. And he'll then go on to make like a tie out of it. Monopoly, NBA, Prism, and Super Mario Brothers editions Furby launch off to a good stop. Of course, Super Mario made them a lot of money. And of course, they're focusing attention on Super Mario because, hey, look how much it made. Inventory down 16% across Hasbro and 24% in consumer products. Retail inventory is down 16%. They're selling shit off really low. Production is going down because they're converting more and more stuff to digital. Adjusted EPS of 49 cents, including a 14-cent per share content implement charge for Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves. What's that mean? It means Honor Amongst Thieves lost them money. Updated 2023 guidance, consumer products remains on track, and Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming outlook higher, i.e., those digital Wizards of the Coast things, they're still expecting to be their number one seller despite the loss they took earlier this year from the crashing of D&D Beyond. So obviously the plan is still to take D&D 100% digital and make it a video game. They're expecting it to still make them a lot of money. They are not paying attention to the fan base. You know what they are paying attention to? This is what they're focusing on for the rest of this year. Notice what's not mentioned anywhere in this picture. Second quarter 2023 building momentum. Transformers is a focus for the rest of the year because of Rise of the Beast and Earthspark. Furby, for some goddamn reason, I don't understand why Furby is a thing again, or why they think it's going to make them money. I had a Furby. It burnt in the fire of 2018. Monopoly, especially Monopoly crossovers. So it's the exact same game, but with different boards. Lord of the Rings, Middle of the Earth, Universes Beyond. They're still focusing heavily on that because, hey, we made a card that was evaluated at $6 million, but sold for $2 million. Peppa Pig, as always, still number one. And Twister. Twister is something they think is going to make them money this year. Twister? Why? Okay, Executive Blueprint, enhanced gaming leadership, both tabletop and digital. Double down on fewer, bigger brands. Advanced direct and licensing. Blah, yawn, boring words, OGGM. I don't know what any of that means. Okay, double down on fewer, bigger brands. Right there. Right there. Right there. That's what it means. Advanced direct and licensing. I don't know what that means. Right there. It's right there. Okay. What does that mean? It means let's focus more and more on cross promotions so other people can milk our swag and we can milk their swag. Cross promotions. Hey, Nintendo, give us your toy license and we will do X in return. Focus on bottom line performance by prioritizing fewer, bigger brands. Prioritizing Transformers, prioritizing Monopoly, prioritizing Magic, prioritizing Peppa Pig. As always, Peppa Pig is still queen. Furby, for some fucking reason. This one, I do not get these two. Somebody explain that one to me. I don't get why they're thinking these two are ones to focus on. But what do I know? Deliver operational excellence cost savings, i.e. fire more people. Targeting 20% adjusted operating profit margin by 2027. There it is again. Black and white. The same thing I have been saying since 2020. You have till 2027, Wizards of the Coast, to make the money we think you need to make. Otherwise, you are doomed. June 27th, 2027, D&D 6E. It's still there. Invests in diverse, profitable growth. D-level balance sheet and maintain investment grade rating. return excess cash to shareholders, except, hey, yeah, I'm a shareholder. I would like some of that returned, except, oh, wait, you're down. You're down 36%. So I guess I'm not going to see any of that excess cash, am I? Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Numbers expected to make 50 cents on the dollar for 2022, 150 on the dollar for 2023, 250 on the dollar for 2024, and 300 on the dollar for 2025. Year to date was 884 million realized versus 44 million cash spent. So they had a profit of 44 million, but down 38%. Royalty expenses were about the same. Product development was 10%, 40%. These are all numbers, blah, 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 blah. Let's go to the important stuff. All right. Revenue down 11%. Operating profit up 37%. Operating margin up 53%. Operating profit down 37%. Net earnings or loss 100%. 100% loss per share $1.69. So every day for this year, my stock has been down $1.69 on average from what it was when I bought from a year ago, or from what I bought it in 2021. So yeah, if I sold my 10 shares of stock now, I would be losing $1.69 per share, which in the grand scheme of things for somebody like me who only bought 10 shares, that's nothing. But for people who have hundreds of millions, in shares and have major portion, that does mean a lot. Okay, Wizards of the Coast, down 11%. Consumer products, down 11%. Entertainment, down 3%. Corporate and other, we're not going to tell you that, but down $18 on the dollar. Hasbro, down 10%. Hasbro operating margin up 11%. Hasbro operating margin up 16%. Original profit down 100% from this time last year. Hasbro net loss this quarter, $235 million. That is a net loss of 100%. Okay, adjusted revenue for 2023. This is the one you've all been waiting for. Did the OGL nonsense and the crashing of D&D Beyond affect Wizards of the Coast? Wizards of the Coast shows for Q2 a loss of 37%, costing Hasbro a total loss of 43% from what they were this time last year and what they were expected to make. So I know you're looking at these numbers and you're going to say, no, look, they made 671. That's good. No, it's not. Hasbro is showing Wizards of the Coast is at a 34% monthly earning down. 6 months performance, 34%, showing a loss of 30% over the last 6 months. Consumer products down 100%. Entertainment down 100%. Corporate and other, we're not going to tell you that, but corporate is showing a loss of 22. So, yep, Wizards of the Coast numbers are down. Consumer products numbers are down. Entertainment numbers are really down, which is why they sold off E1. But corporate numbers are also down for a total of 72%. Q2 2022 showed an $8 million. Q2 2023, $7 million. Q2 2022, $2 million plus. Q2 2023, $1 million. Loss. More numbers, but you're going to just blah, 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 blah. Boring numbers, accounting, business, blah, blah, blah. Let's negative, positive, negative, negative, down, 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 down. Wizards Digital made 103 million this time last year, made 128 million this time this year. So, yep, looks like that's the direction they're taking things, is people paying for things online through D&D Beyond and then downloading them. So did we net gain affect them with the whole OGL crashing D&D Beyond? When you're saying that, look, the 128 is better than 103, right? So they made money. Did they? Did they make money? Because I'm seeing, again, negatives, negative 16% Q2, negative 24% Q2. So that 128 million is something people who are pro Wizards of the Coast is going to say is a good thing. But those of us who are actually paying attention to the numbers are going to see this minus 24%. And again, what are we focusing on for Q3? Transformers makes total sense. Monopoly makes total sense. Furby makes absolutely no sense. Action figures down 17%. Arts and crafts down 5%. Games down 1%. Preschool toys down 10%. Blaster shooters and accessories down 26%. Consumer product performance down, 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 down. Entertainment performance down, down, down. But look, it went up because we sold it. Congratulations, Liongate. Down. Down. Blah, blah, blah. Down, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Down, 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 down. So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys and girls. It is down. It is not down as much as I think some people hoped. I think a lot of people were hoping that the Q1 OGL Manic Panic and the crashing of D&D Beyond would cost them way more and really be sort of a trash fire. But Hasbro has managed to soften the blow with the selling of the entertainment division and focusing heavily on, as they have been saying, digital. Sure, physical Wizards of the Coast product is down, but digital is holding steady or showing not as big as a loss as physical. Why? Well, guess how much money it costs us to put things into the digital universe. Nothing. It costs us absolutely nothing to scan something, turn it into a PDF, and upload it onto D&D Beyond. That's nothing. It costs us nothing. It costs us whatever we're paying that guy an hour to do that. So yeah, they're losing money, but they're not losing as much money as we would have liked because they don't have to spend any money to do the digital thing, which is why it is good common business practice for them to convert as much as they can to the digital landscape. The entire world is going digital, whether we like it or not. Trees are a dwindling resource. Most of Wizards of the Coast product requires paper. Where does paper come from? Trees. If they have to spend more money to get paper, it's going to show a loss. And then they have to go through the production, which costs them money. Where do they do the production? Most of the production? Overseas. How much money is it costing us to get company overseas to produce product and to send it to us? A lot. Especially since some of those overseas countries we are not friends with right now. What's way cheaper than doing that? Paying for the boat, paying for the storage, paying for the guys overseas to produce our product, paying for them then to send it back, paying for the cutting of the trees, which are becoming a dwindling resource. That's costing us money. It's costing us millions of dollars. You know what isn't costing us any money? To get Steve over in editing to scan a product and put it onto the online. You know how much that cost us? Nothing. It cost us whatever we're paying Steve that, you know, $16 an hour to load shit onto the interweb. Sorry. I mean, it's what every company is going to do. It's just for some reason, Hasbro has chosen the stupidest, most self-destructive way to do it, and the most stupidest, self-destructive way to let people know they're doing about it. Stop letting people from Wizards of the Coast talk to the public, Hasbro. Just stop it. Kyle Brinks, Jeremy Crawford, all those other guys, just stop it. Stop it. If you stopped, just completely had a media blackout over Wizards of the Coast, those numbers would probably jump back up to what you want to see by Q3. Your single biggest detriment is Wizards of the Coast, and the single biggest detriment in Wizards of the Coast is the people who are making the decisions and then going forward and talking and saying shit like, well, white people like me can't get out of the hobby fast enough. I don't know why you let Wizards of the Coast operate like a petulant, spoiled 2-year-old child, unless, of course, your plan is to let them fail. And if your plan is to let Wizards of the Coast failing, then you're doing perfect, because the stock did see a rise of $1 today from this time yesterday, but a drop of $36 from this time last year, which is big, but it's not as big as the earlier in the year when we were showing stock drops of 50, 100 from that time last year. So, is Hasbro building Wizards of the Coast to fail by allowing them to continue to operate in the most batshit, backwards, unbelievably stupid way a corporation could operate? What are you doing? Why are you so self-destructive? Stop saying those things. So once again, I'm sorry to all the people out there who are going to look at those numbers and try to claw out a positive and say, no, Wizards of the Coast aren't going to do those things. Yes, they are. I know you don't believe me. I know you're going to shit talk me. I know you're going to insult me. You know you're going to say I'm stupid, but fine, the numbers are there. Okay? Negative 100% is a bad thing. Negative 25% is a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It is not a good thing. Negative numbers are bad when it comes to money. We will have more of this as the day progresses. I can expect some stock to rise and then probably drop tomorrow. We'll have probably some more calls from the Q3, especially following up on the sales of to Lionsgate. Congratulations, Lionsgate. You now own Yellow Jackets and Saw. Who knew? And yeah, so I guess look forward to Furby being the Christmas toy. Till next time, I'm the OGGM, your humble guide through the nightmarish forest that is Wizards of the Coast. If you appreciate this content, Toddzilla, take a moment to subscribe. If you don't appreciate this content, I'm sorry. I did warn you at the beginning. Till next time, have a great day, stay safe, and don't forget, it's my birthday, so you gotta subscribe. I'll talk to you later.